So, welcome to yet another video. Now, this here will be a bit of a special one. Show the situation. Now, a bit ago, last week, I made, or, well, earlier this week I suppose, I made this simple thread on the forum, where I explained that for the last year or so, my schedule has been to release 2 episodes every weekend today, one from each of my main games, which for a long while has been Trailmakers and this guy PC. And now that I'm done with the campaigns on Trailmakers, I'm going to replace Trailmakers. I suggested 5 games. Now, as no one voted on any of these games, I will therefore randomize it. I thought I'd just randomize it on one, but then I got a better idea. How about make a video where I make an app which will allow us to randomize it. So right here I have a Qt QML very basic template. The just normal Qt quick template, which makes this app right here. Hello world. It's a white rectangle. So now when it comes to the function, I think it will be rather simple. But let's put at least some time into design as well. We'll put up a rectangle that just fills the entire thingy, and we'll give it some cool gradient. But now the big question is, what should that gradient be? The gradient stop for each of the stops. But here we need to define in a color as well as position. Position will quite simply just be 0 and 1. 0 is the top, 1 is the bottom. Now for colors, if we bring up the guide here, you can see them all. Now, so that they don't take an eternity on choosing, I'll just very quickly say we'll go with gold and goldenrod. At least let's have a look at how it looks. There, I'm going to build our replication again. There we have a nice gradient. Yeah. Let's also do another very quick thing. Next game picker. I changed that simple string right there. We've changed the title of the window. Perfect. Now, I think for now, I'll just probably hard code in the contestants. Or should we maybe make it so that we can add in the different contestants file in the app as well? That would be more fun. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so here we have our basic thing. I then want a rectangle inside of here to turn the thing white again. You can say define a border. Let's do the border like this. Color khaki, I think would fit here. Just looking at the side here. It is sort of like the gold ones, but different. And width, let's try 5. Want it to center in its parent. I want it to take up 8% of the width. So let's just do the width of the parent times 0.8, as well as 8% of the height. So it will just be there in the center. That looks nice, but we gotta add something crucial for the looks. Also, just to clean our code a bit, let's put this above there. And add in radius right here. Let's try height divided by 3. Something like that in all my apps. There's the possibility of scaling it as you wish. So here we now have a nice window for our prompts. Hmm. So now that I rethink this a bit, I think I want this here, this white blob here, to be the window where all of our current suggestions will go into. Then on the bottom here we have a text field for adding in new suggestions. Then I guess we need a text field and 3 buttons. Accept, or OK, or whatever we'll word it. Add, I guess. Add, to add this text here into the list. And delete, to delete whichever selected item here. So we also need to make sure this can select items. And just delete it off the list. And then go to start the whole thing. And then want this to be a bit wider. And we'll put the height in a layout manager. Let's then import 2 things. qtquick.layout and qtquick.controls. So I like the qtquick.controls mostly because of the split view. But I guess that we really won't need that in this case. Huh? So let's then go with a column layout. We'll take this rectangle inside of there. Width, still okay. I guess we still want that. This column layout will just fill the parent. Or, well, actually, considering I will let's do a grid layout. rows we want 2 of. Column, let's try 6. Okay, in that case, let's get rid of that. And just do layout. Layout.fill width. Fill height. True. Layout.fill width is true. Row spans should default to 1. But column span layout.column span there should be 6, since we wanted to go across the whole length, the whole width. Now let's do anchors.center in parent height parent.height times 0.9 width parent.width times 0.85, I think. I want that to be a bit less than a height. Rather, I want to use more of the height than I want of the width. There we go. I think that looks pretty nice. And then what happens if we add in yet another one of these? It should automatically just go to the bottom. Yep. But then I guess we should add in 4 rows and say that this top one will take 3 of those 4 rows. Ham. Let's try this then. Layout dot dot preferred height should be parent dot height we wanted to take up, well, more than half. We wanted to take up 70%, I guess. Okay, what if we get rid of that? There we go. Looks a bit weird with the big rounding now. Also looks a bit weird on bigger screens. But what you could do there is to make even though the big list is just dependent on the maximum height of the parent, the bottom way really does not need to grow. So you could set a maximum height. let's say layout dot maximum height. Let's do math dot min. We want it to let's change this around a bit. We want it to if the parent dot height okay. Now it will well, let's try this first. Do we need the layout fill height? Since we don't have a preferred height. It won't go over that boundary. But also, let's put in a more hard-coded one of 80 pixels. So now it will stay the same with height at bigger scales, but on lower scales it will be able to compress. Looks good to me, though I think the big blob still looks very, very goofy when it comes to the very biggest picture. So let's make it take more of the full thing. I think also let's reduce the radius to be a fourth the height. Yeah, a little bit better. Okay, now the column span of this thing will actually just be 3. What we want now is even more rectangles. Yeah, let's separate the elevations. So we have this rectangle, then we can put these right after each other. Let's just do a test rectangle. Wait, I'm a bit curious about this now. If we do layout.fill height, layout.fill width. Let's do a radius on them as well. Parent divided by 4. Parent.height divided by 4. If we add in our 3 buttons like this, will they end up becoming bigger? So that's how it transforms now. Also, you here will now need a minimum width. The parent dot width 6% width. And the 3 buttons get squished into the last part there. I want these buttons to share the height of the bar. So let's say the idea of this is a writing bar. In camel case. And here we just say height writing bar dot height. Now it should just follow the... Oh. What is happening here? Layout dot preferred height. Might treat it a bit better. Let's try using that instead. There we go. And since everything else has this glazed khaki border, guess it would only be nice. I guess it would be nice if the 3 buttons also had the same. But since these will be the... See, here I want the remove button. So let's color that one red. Here I want the add button. Let's color that one blue. And here I want the go button. So let's color this one lime. No, let's color this one lawn green. That one looks nice. Maybe a bit darker green. Lime. Oh, I pressed insert again by accident. I usually don't do that. Let's turn it down a bit more. And try the lime green color. There we go. That's good. Adding in the text will be very easy. Text. Text. Let's actually do the anchor first. Anchors dot center in parent. We just do this one line. Because it is so simple, unless we want to do some very fancy text. The text shall be pick. And then we just copy this over here. Delete. Yes, we can remove the exclamation mark there. And add. Add, delete, pick. Perfect. Fonts dot bold true. Is that how I make it bold, perhaps? I saw that the blue one was a bit hard to see. There we go. This is what happens when you just very hastily make a single line text block. But it's fine. The roundabout way of fixing that is to make, let's say, this here. So around 500. Minimum width. No, they can't compress it until the points where it looks weird. I know I'm fixing issues that never will happen, considering how I'm the only one using this app. But oh well. Let's see, height starts at 480. I think this here could be the minimum. So if this is 480, Zara minimum height 200. Yeah, that seems good. This is now the smallest you can make the window. This is the biggest. Still exhibits keeping the biggest. But I think that's fine. I'll probably be using it more around this part. But of course, those are not functional buttons yet. Let's make the writing bar work first. The text edit, I think it's called. Yeah. Anchors dot fill parent. Font dot bold through. Uh, okay. Text. I'm a bit unsure about what the best way of centering it in the middle there is. Is there a thing called the vertical alignment? Yes. Vertical alignment. Then I do text edit dot align the center. Nice. Let's make it so you can't write at the absolute edge. Anchors dot margins 10 pixels. Should probably make the text size a bit bigger. But how much bigger? Yeah. Font dot pixel size should be height divided by 3 maybe. Can I write in the... Yeah, I can write in the biggest game I'm going to add. So this works for my use case right here. But as you see, write too long and it just breaks. But we'll just ignore that for now. It's fine. Oh. But that there I want to fix though. Flip through. There we go. Could make it or auto scroll, but we're not going to be using enter. I should have owned the add button to enter, but future improvement. I don't want this video to turn out too long. It's already been 30 minutes, and I expect it to be done with all of this stuff by... I expect it to be done by now. Just considering I wasn't thinking, I was thinking to hard code in all of the options. At first. Just make a nice UI to pick one of the things I've written in the code. Okay, next up, let's make a scrollable list. So inside of view, I want a list. What is it called? List view. We also need a component. Here we need to just write something very quick, temporarily, so it will stop complaining. And here we do a list model. The ID of this list model will be... Our lists, the function of our list is just being a list. So I guess we just call it list model. And here, lists, lists delegate. Then in here, delegate, list delegate, model, list model. Here too, it's very important that the clip equals true. Well, let's just... I don't know, let's make the proper rectangle right now. Rectangle. What color would we look at there? It will be inside of khaki. The colors. Can I make the selected one yellow? And not selected ones could possibly be this light goldenrod yellow. So it's color, that, width, parent dot width, height. Let's say something like 90. This needs to be a string. And then let's just add in some test things right away. See, when this component is done being crafted, I want the lives model I wanted this to this model. I can do it a few times. Now I should get a list with 4 items in it. We forgot something crucial. The usual set of parts. Let's see. Curse.fill parent. Now we have 4 squares. Wait, why are they still showing even though the clip is through? Wait, clip is just a up and down clip. Ah, but right. That won't count in the radius. Now, how do we fix that? I actually have no idea on how to fix that. Also, I want these to have some contour to them. So let's say this is actually a gradient. So we need a gradient. Let's just take that out so that the quick things will be quick. Gradient stop. Color this. Position 0. Then copy this over. Here we put in corn silk. I don't see a difference. Radius 5. Is 90 pixels really that big? 40. We need something better than corn silk done. This. Oh, also didn't add in that. I guess that will explain it. It was at the same position. Ah, but this here looks good anyways. Just really wish it would go behind. Behind the border. I guess this really does make a lot of sense because we're kind of putting this whole thing on top of this, which is on top of this. This white part here is not a hole in this, so you can't just put this in between this and this. You know? have no idea on how to solve that. I guess what we'll be doing instead is to say that that there has a radius of 5. So now it just kind of glides on the border. What we can do in addition to that is say that this here will have an anchors.margin of 5. So now it will just glide within this border. White is now a bit too extreme. So let's set the color of this background to be corn silk. There we go. Very nice. We now have a scrollable list. Let's remove these test samples right here. Let's change this to have included text. Anchors dot centerin parent text model dot text. So what this means is that when I append new objects into the model, I will bring with the property text, and it will just use that property. Just realized how I didn't really do any of this talking in a tutorial style. So all the people who are already very more familiar with the software than me have any clue about what I'm doing or talking about. Well, you've gotten this far. I won't just start the recording again now. Just to make it... Yeah, no. If you want me to do more of these programming thingies, programming videos, then do tell in the comments. Because I can definitely do more, both on here, QTQML. Well, I've done a bit of C++ in recently as well. And I can do Python. And I can do a bunch of PLC programming languages. But those are so specific that I don't think anyone would probably request those. But we'll see. I have Sysmax Studio installed on this computer. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Now I have a text there, so that should work. The only thing we need to add now is for this all to link up together. Let's see. This here should be the new prompt. I guess we can just call it prompt. Add prompt. And I want it, so I want a mouse area right here. so that it will select whenever my mouse is on this button. And when I click while my mouse is within this area, I want to look at my list model and append a new one where the text property is the add prompt dot text. Then let's do add prompt dot clear. I think we'll erase everything in there. Let's try it out. So now there are no items here. Be right. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. And we had it. This text field gets cleared and it's in there. Then I can write hehe. And ah ha ha ha. Yeah. It works. Perfect. Now I need a way of selecting it so we can delete things. And then the thing that we were going to do for, let's say, how long is this video? For 40 minutes ago. Adding in the randomizer. I guess we don't really need the delete. This video is becoming a bit too long. Hem. What to do, what to do. Should we add delete, should we not? I guess we can just replace the... Yeah, instead of having the delete, a proper delete with a selection, let's just change the function of it into something useful. Well, something less useful, but still useful, and it still serves a purpose. Like proper purpose. This here will just do list model dot clear. So after we... Oh, right. Enter doesn't actually put it in the prompt. There. Delete. You get a few warnings here, but it's fine. I mean, I could put a guard on it. Let's see. Right here. Right. Yeah, this right here. Parent equals null. There. If the parent is null, then it will put in a 0 on the vid instead of parental vid. Then a few letters, delete, no errors, no warnings. Perfect. Now, At first, when I was thinking the pick button, I was thinking of just getting a big pop-up here on top, which just shows the answer. But I could also just make it. No, yeah, let's do a big pop-up. Okay, let's see. Here we have the big golden triangle which covers the whole screen. So if we continue from here, make a big rectangle. I wanted to fill parent. Let's do anchors dot margins 30. Important part here is visible should be false. What do I want the thing to look like? Let's do green, lime green. Gradient is a gradient with gradient stops. Color lime at position 0. We copy this down here at position 1. We instead want lime green. Okay, let's just make it visible for a bit. Let's add in a new text area. Oh. Well, sure. Let's make it with a line. Anchors dot center in parent text equals winner goes here. Font dot bold 3. Font dot pixel size parent or yeah, no, parent dot height divided by 5. Let's add in a border. Color, let's just do black. Width 5. Radius height divided by 8. And this font size here, let's do it 40%. 1%, 10%. There we go. And we want a mouse area, which will fill the thing. And when it's clicked, I want this mouse area to go away. So unclicked, visible, it's false. Parent, but visible is false. There we go. So now we can convert this default state back to how it's supposed to be. Let's just tidy up the code a bit. Like so. Okay, now we have the winning screen. The text here should be winner text. Okay, so now we just need to add in a function here. See, mouse area, and curves.fill, parent, unclicked. I wanted to do the pick. Then, yeah, I wanted to do the pick. Might actually need another line there. Then I wanted to do... Oh. Maybe winning screen. Winning screen. Dot visible is true. Now to get the random thingy. Let's make the function outside of here. Out here. We're gonna do a JavaScript function. Let's first make a function called rand int. Wait, actually, random. Can't do it there. Random math dot rand. Okay. There does not seem to be a rand int. So let's make the rand int. Function rand int min max okay. How do I want to do this again? Okay, if I want a number between 0 and 10, then what I would do is math.random times 10. And then we have a random floating number even between 0 and 10. But how do I add in the minimum again? We do max minus min. So that's, let's say we want a random number between 2 and 10. Then we take this number times 8. And then we plus the whole of it to the min. I guess we don't actually need these parentheses. Oh well, we will need the parenthesis because I want to round it to an integer. Yeah. We'll round a random value between 0 and 1 with the maximum minus the minimum. Then we add the minimum. This is the return. Now we have a random function. Now next I want a random choice function. Where we get in a list. Or well, let's call it choices. So let's do let chosen. So this is just an integer, temporary variable chosen. And that will be a rand int between 0. We really need to add the minimum there, huh? And the maximum number, which will be choices dot length minus 1. Let's see, if there are 3 items in a thing, then the maximum length, the choices dot length minus 1 would return 2. A random number between 0 and 2 would give 3 options in total, 0, 1, and 2. Perfect. And then I want to just return choices, and then select the index where chosen is. Now we have a random choice function. But I'm a bit unsure about how to get the data out of the list model. So let's here just do a check. Console.log list model. What happens when we print out list model? There, pick. Next dot text. Add this, add that, add that, add that. Pick. It prints just a model. Is there like a model.items I could use or something? Yeah. Let's see. Is there an items? Can we look at all of the items? Does not seem like it. Let's just see. Yeah, no. Okay, we shall not be using a list model then. Okay, let's give a unique ID to this. List master. The model will be just a JavaScript array. So list master.model is what we want to append to instead now. Here I guess we just do list master.model is equal to that again. List master.model append doesn't work. So now it's just challenging my basic JavaScript knowledge. But I thought I used append before when I had it all in a JavaScript file. Well, yeah, I don't want this video to last forever. So even with how unprofessional it is, let's open one of my past projects. And just figure out what I used there. Okay, if you just follow equipped. Push. Push is the JavaScript syntax. Oh, that will the other one. What's this? Set active project. Cancel that. Does not want to show. Let's try to do this then. Property var list or property var items. Like that is actually used. Yeah, property var list. List. Now let's try. Oh, right. My bad. When we just have a list, we don't have a dictionary. Which in one way makes this a lot simpler. That means instead of model.text here we'll do Model data. Do some fault finding. Where is the issue? Try get start with those items. It does start with those items. If I want to add another one, it does not. It's just because I forgot to change that, maybe. No. Do I need to specify that something changed? Did I just... Yeah, let's try count changed. Oh. Hem. Okay, let's just console.log the list before and after we try to do the push. So it gets added. But yeah, it's just the list master does not realize that more has been added. Add. I mean, let's try. Seems like this is something it will limit, not react to, but let's see. Yeah. Get me to the top again. Is there a model changed? Doesn't seem like there's any sort of model changed. But there is. Model change did not work. Was there one going to call model updated? It would be really useful if this function would actually show up here, so I could have a look at what it meant. Model. Just those two. Okay. A bit embarrassing to do this yet again, but let's have a look at what I did back here. I mean... yeah... Wait... Can I... Did I find out a way to retrieve info from the list? Let's see, this equipping here. It does use list models. But I see also had a lot of issues with updating when I made this a year ago. Let's have a look at this. Here again, I'm just using push. And it worked. This.uptick.uml. Oh. So here it just sets every part of it afterwards. Let's try that method. Let's get our list model back here. Here we'll have our true list. But what we'll do is that on list changed, for item in list, and I'm supposed to off list. Let item off list, I guess, would be the best syntax there. For item of list, I want list model. Let's see. List model dot clear. Want to update. And for every item of list, I want to append. We're going back to having text show up. So text equals item. I guess it's that simple. Yeah, let's go back to doing this. list model dot clear. What am I printing here? List master dot list. Right, I guess I want this thing to actually be done list master dot list is just this. Let's just get rid of all this code for now. Like so. That will cause list to change. That's also for proper reasons. Just say that list. No, let's see how this goes. Okay, it doesn't go. Right, so I guess what we really wanted here was not to comment out the whole thing. Instead, let's just comment out this. The thing was added to the list. But this here is not being triggered. List master dot list changed. Can we emit that? Yes, we can. Perfect. And now delete works as well. And even though deleting does change the source part. Perfect. Now when we pick, we get printed out the actual final list in the picking area. That took way longer than it should have to fix that. Oh well. List master dot list. Alright. Random choice. It's parent dot random choice list master dot list. And pick. Oh, PVV. Pick. And it does seem to be random. Let's just add a whole lot of things to the list. Yeah. Everything seems to be working. So now, after all that time, let's put in the suggestions. No one gave me extra suggestions here. In fact, no one voted. No one probably even looked at this thing. But yeah. My suggestions here were planetary annihilation. Annihilation. So let's add that. I'll probably use this as... yeah, I can get a screenshot later. Counter annihilation titans. Add from the depths. Add scrap mechanic. Yes, survival. We already did a bit of a scrap mechanic one, but we didn't go all the way. I guess what we do then is scrap mechanic survival, scrap mechanic survival crash lander. As that is a cool mod to try out. I guess. We could also add in well, yeah, if we already added in a specific mod one. Actually, no. Okay. Well, yeah, no. Planetary. Annihilation. Titans. From the depths. Scrap mechanic. Here. I did not add in anything special, because we can later choose what to do in there using this pick here. Yeah, it's 0. I think 0 is the first one to start with. 0, then Kimami. Not sure what the second one's called. But I do own all of the Yakuza games, but I've just been laying in my Steam library, never being played. And the Factorial. Yes, these are all the ones filled out. Just a very quick... yeah, well, let's just do a very quick look. Anything more? Could do Astroneer. Terratech we've done multiple times. Oh. There's so much more. Which would be fun. Oh yeah. Here, take a look at the sad part of my Steam library. Already at this point, we're less than an hour in. And I have all of these games. Which just have never been played. They've just been resting in my Steam library, never being played. Huh. I think how it goes to 0, Kiwami 2, and the rest I have to look up. But I guess one thing we could add, which I saw... where was that? Assassin's Creed. Start getting through all of these games. Yeah. Let's put in Assassin's Creed. Let's put in... what was the other thing I was thinking of? There was something else. I think it was something which I started and then just stopped for whatever reason. Ah yeah, Let's add in the continuation of the Skyrim right there. And 3, 2, 1. Let's put this in the background. 3, 2, 1. Go! Factorio! Perfect. Very nice. Factorio will be the next game we're playing on this channel. Now, next up. Let's see. Vanilla. Factorio. Modded. Factorio. Now, the situation here, I've played Vanilla Factorio a whole lot of times. And I've finished the game multiple times. Modded Factorio, I tried the Bob's mods once. That was actually something we recorded for the channel. Streamed even, I think. But that playthrough ended very, very quickly because of connection issues. I'm a further doing either on the channel. That's it. Modded Factorio it is. Alright then. Well, here we have the results. That's it. 1 hour, 20 minutes later than expected. Well, now you say Modded Factorio is the next game we will be playing on the channel. And that has been it for this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Do tell if you want more coding videos, such as this. Do tell if you have any suggestions for Factorio mods. And without further ado, goodbye. I hope to see you in the next video.